Good afternoon and welcome to Webinar Wednesday. I'm Nicole Gailey and I'm the Agent Coordinator here at GCU. We're so excited to have so many of you joining us today. Because we have so many and we have such a large group, can you please take a moment to mute yourselves before we get started? Jeff and David will be happy to answer any questions you might have at the end of the webinar.
That's a really cool question, even in the middle of the webinar.
You pop it in the chat.
Today, we're going to talk about the Aquila 10 and talk about the new option 4, the Income Elevate Plus. We will also be discussing the Barclays Zorya and the US Tech. Before we begin, I'd like to share a couple of facts about the GCU. For those of you new to GCU, we're a fraternal benefit society which provides life insurance and annuities. GCU was founded in 1892 by a group of immigrant coal miners and steelworkers that were unable to receive life insurance coverage due to their dangerous professions, so they formed the GCU with only $600 in assets. We now have over $2.5 billion in assets. Many things have changed since 1892, but GCU's fundamental goals remain the same: protecting families, promoting faith, and strengthening the communities. GCU has a wonderful member benefits portfolio, including scholarships, student debt relief, as well as an amazing Go Give charity projects. Did you know that agents have up to $1,000 per year to match funds for a fundraiser for any qualified charity that they choose? GCU has given almost $1.3 million to charitable donations in 2022, and almost $1 million in scholarships have been awarded in the past 10 years. GCU gives back to the community. So I'm going to hand you over to Jeff and David. Once again, if you have any questions, they'll be happy to answer them at the end of the webinar. So if you could just mute yourselves until then, that would be great. And
Okay, we just covered who GCU is, so let's get to the history of the Aquila, and it is pronounced Aquila. It's not Aquila, or how else do we hear it?
Oh, Aquila.
Aquila, yeah, I'll kill you. Yeah, so
that's my favorite one.
It's Aquila. So this is a brief timeline of the series so far. The first Aquila 10 was sold in October of 2021. By the end of 2022, approximately $150 million of premium. $150 million of premium by the end of 2022. In May of 2023, and you'll notice in 2023 we've had several changes. So in May of 2023, we added the Barclays US Tech Index. And for those of you who don't know, that's essentially the QQQ or the NASDAQ 100. We'll get into that more. Shortly after that, in July of 2023, we rolled out the little cousin of the Aquila 10, the Aquila 5. And just recently, we rolled out another enhancement to the Aquila series, and we'll get right into that. Announcing the Income Elevate Plus.
Why do they call it Plus, Jeff?
David, I'll get in it because it's kind of like the Income Elevate, but plus there's more.
I was just too excited.
Robert Lohr has no sound. Turn your sound on. Can everyone hear me other than Robert Lohr?
I can hear you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're good.
All right. How about if I move closer? Is that better?
Your voice usually carries.
I know. So Elevate Plus is a fourth guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit rider available only on the Aquila 10. So don't try to write this on the Aquila 5, please. Key points about that are it's similar to the Income Elevate with the simple interest credits, which is one time the interest credits based on if you have money in the fixed account or in the indices. The premium bonus, however, is similar to the Income Elite. So we call it premium bonus. A lot of agents say, I want the one with the 10% bonus. Well, it's not a 10% bonus across the board. It is age-based. So 10% age 75 and under, 7.5% age 76 to 80, and 5% 81 and up. But the best part about the Income Elevate Plus is no fee. Income Elevate Plus offers a no-fee premium bonus that's included in the accumulation value and earns interest credit depending on the performance of the selected index or allocation of the indices. However, by saying no fee, there's something's got to give. So let's go to the next slide. David, do you want to talk about this? Oh, I can take it. Okay. So this is our current index rates as of today. We just had small changes in our fixed products for the month, but nothing changed for the Aquila series. So you can see that we have the Barclays Zorya 5%, 1 year, 2 year, the Tech 12%, 1 year, 2 year. But we also have separate par rates for the Elevate Plus. So if you were in option 1, 2, or 3, and you put all the money in the Zorya 1 year point to point, your client would get 130% par rate. However, if you put all the money in option 4, which is the Elevate Plus, they would get 100% par rate. So be aware, the fee, or pardon me, the bonus for the Elevate Plus, there is no fee, but the participation rates are less. Oh, go back one. This is our at a glance form. All the stuff we're showing you is actually available on our Aquila landing page. It's got all the information you're going to need, including forms to sell the Aquila products.
And just something to bookmark on your laptop, on your iPad, on your phone. If you know the GCU website, which has been the same forever, GCUUSA.com, all you have to do, remember, is FIA dot. So fixed indexed annuity dot, FIA.GCUUSA.com. That landing page is not going away. It has everything, especially for you folks that have got admin people that don't want to, and you don't want to give them your password so they can go into your comp stuff. And that landing page has everything that they're going to need to do their job. It just means they can't get into your portal. That's all.
Which is pretty handy.
Yes.
So the Aquila at a glance is everything you need to know about the Aquila 10. Modified single premium, issue ages, what kind of money we can take, max premium, surrender charge, the 4 different lifetime withdrawal benefit riders, and a good solid brief description of each of them. Over on the right-hand side talks about interest crediting strategies and the embedded riders, and the embedded riders are free. So next, please. Key points about the Elevate Plus: it is only available on the Aquila 10. It is a no-fee premium bonus. It does have lower par rates, both the current and the minimum. There's a different recapture schedule for the Elevate Plus compared to the Income Elite rider. So I don't know why they're different, but our actuary said they needed to be different. Make sure you're using the most current application when you're getting the paperwork,
which is always on that same FIA.GCUUSA website. If you're in the habit of saving the application, then you just make a copy of it on your desktop. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but if you always want the most current one, always go right into the FIA.GCUUSA website. That link always has the most updated application. We don't have 2 apps, so you actually check the box for Aquila 5 or Aquila 10. Right?
Here's some things that are really important for FIA producers. The Aquila series, there are no caps, there are no spreads, there's never an MVA, and we do have, through the Zorya, 100% participation rate minimum guarantees during the surrender period. So these are really key things. If you're looking at other carriers' products, take a look at what we have to offer. We think this is competitive no matter where we are. And here is a screenshot of the application. So Elevate Plus is option 4, and option 4 is Elevate Plus. So I put a red circle around option 4 if that's what you want. Then make sure you mark it appropriately.
If your application doesn't show option 4, you're using an old app.
Right, you're using an old app, and if If you're getting it right off of the landing page, like we just told you, and it's showing an app without option 4, you need to hit Control, Shift, and R, and it refreshes it. Okay, let's move on.
There's a question on the Roth IRA.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, so I see your question, Parker. We'll answer that in a second. Good question. We have a way around that, but not in the Aquila because of the limitations on it.
Do you want to handle the Zorya? Stand there.
Can't read it.
Oh.
She's in the camera. Go ahead. You're fine. Okay, so the Zorya, this is the first one. Zorya index. I'm not going to read all the verbiage. The Zorya is a nice mix, basically. Jeff loves reading all about the modern portfolio theory. I don't care. The basic aspect of it, the Zorya mixes basically stocks and bonds. That's what it is. It's not intended to hit grand slam home runs. It's intended to marginally outperform a really good fixed deferred annuity. So if you're thinking that a good fixed deferred annuity is going to get you 5 or 6, the Zorya is aiming for in that 7 to 8 range. That's what it's aiming for. So go ahead next. The U.S. Tech Index is the home run wall. That's why the participation rate is lower on the U.S. Tech. So on the Tech, you're going to have a 12% volatility. And with that 12%, you're going to have a much higher high on that. The par has to be right on it, otherwise we'd be giving away the house and probably wouldn't be able to sell the product for more than 6 months. Oh, I'm not going to the volatility. That's you.
Well, please let me try to explain this. So 12% volatility control, they try to keep the U.S. Tech Index within 12% of what the QQQ, or essentially the NASDAQ 100, is doing. So they're trying to, avoid some of the significant downturns that the NASDAQ is notorious for. And by doing that, they're not going to take complete advantage of all the upside. They do intraday trading, which is kind of unique. They feel they've got a better handle on making moves in and out of the NASDAQ 100 during the trading day, which is kind of unusual because most indices managers usually do stuff after hours and make their adjustments at the close of trading. So that's kind of a cool thing. So as David talked about, the Zorya we look at as kind of a workhorse. It's designed to outperform a traditional fixed annuity combination of the S&P 500 and U.S. bond aggregate. And the U.S. Tech is, like I said, it's non-finance. It's the 100 largest stocks of the NASDAQ, but non-financial stocks. So it's really tech heavy. Give you kind of an idea of performance. The Zorya in 2022 had a negative 10.8% return. Year to date so far in 2023, the Zorya is a negative 3.5% return compared to the U.S. Tech. And it was a bad year for the market in general in 2022. The U.S. Tech Index was down 21%, 21.5% in 2022. However, in 2023, the U.S. Tech is up 12.5%. And its 5-year average, looking back, it's averaged 11.14% over the last 5 years. And that's including that negative 21% year. So the Zorya is a workhorse and the U.S. Tech is a racehorse. If you're not putting some of your clients' money in it, you're not giving them the growth potential. You're not giving them enough hedge against inflation. Just a quick map of the states we're in. No, we're not in California. We're trying. We're really close to being in Nebraska, and we're really close to being in Delaware. So those are the 2 other orange states. But if you do business in California, it's problematic. So we're still trying, but I don't see any motion on that whatsoever. This map is also available on that landing page we talked about. This is a screenshot of the landing page. So many questions that we get in the sales department from agents just like yourself. can be answered if you go to this page, fia.gcuusa.com. You can see agent resources. You can see the current par rates, the brochures for each product, the 10 and the 5. At a glance, if you click, well, Ron will answer that when we get to it. Thanks. So you can see the Barclays Zorya index and the US Tech index. That's a direct link to the Barclays page where all that historical return information I just rattled off. I just checked it about 2 hours ago. It is so user-friendly. And if you're sitting down with clients and you're talking about big bucks, you will look really, really informed by hitting that page before you go see your clients.
Oh, and you also see under the where it says submitting business, about 2/3 down the right side of the page. See where it says sales and service forms? That's a direct link into all of the additional sales and service forms that you might need, including your qualified transfer form, your 1035, your IRA disclosure, everything you might need in addition to the basic app. So the link is right there.
Quickly into the 1892 Club. It's our incentive program. It actually has 3 different components. We have a promotional allowance, where you'll also hear us call it GCU bucks. That involves a bonus and a marketing allowance. So let's say through the course of your production, you've earned $10,000 in GCU bucks. We will cut you a check in January of next year for $5,000. So half of that GCU bucks you get up front as a bonus. It's your money. Do whatever you want. Go to the casino, take a trip. But then there's also a marketing allowance. So that other $5,000 of the premium or the bonus that you earned, we will reimburse you for marketing expenses. So if you're going to do a seminar, a mailing, purchase leads, do advertising, you send us the receipts and we will send you a check to reimburse for those kind of activities. So it's a great opportunity for you to grow your business.
We really do need the receipt, not just the invoice.
Yes, we need a proof of payment if anyone's out there. It also involves an incentive trip, and for 2023 production, there is a incentive trip going to Costa Rica in April of 2024. It's going to be a great trip. It's an all-inclusive resort. Our very own Nicole, sitting right here, is the hostess with the mostest. So if you are a good enough producer and you're going to make the trip, you'll be dealing with her, and she's going to make all the arrangements to make sure that trip is a fond, fond memory. So more of what we just covered, promotional allowance requirements. Oh,
Sorry.
Dynasty tier, Keystone tier, Founders tier. So premium production from $1 to 2.99 million. Actually, it's 2.9999. You'll get 5 basis points for that towards your promotional allowance. So as I said, 50% goes in a check, 50% goes to that.
And there's one big difference for you folks that actually had participated in our previous versions of the 1892 Club. You'll notice that that Keystone tier was actually moved up a little bit. The old minimum target line used to be 3 million. We extended it down to 1 million for the Founders tier so that more people could hit it. Yeah, it seemed a little silly to carve out, when someone's giving us $1 or $2 million, not putting them into the bump. So right. It's an easier hurdle to clear.
Great way to grow your business. Also not shown here is what we call the 10K giveaway. So some are aware of it. If you hit $2.5 million in annuity premium, yep, we will cut you a $10,000 check. And there are lower tiers. I don't have them memorized, but
1 million for $2,500, 1.5 for 5, 2 million for 7,500, and then 2.5 million for.
Look at David go. He memorized this stuff. So I think we've already sent out $170,000 and $10,000 bonus checks. And I know there's more coming. There's a lot of people at the $2.5 million level. And there's also a 10K giveaway for life production. And we can, if you have questions about that, you can go on our website. We have the 1892 rules posted. Who wants to go to beautiful Costa Rica? Those are the dates. Is it a nice place?
I can't wait.
Okay. So Nicole talked earlier about the fraternal difference, all the stuff we do. Being a fraternal organization, we give back to the communities where our members live. We're a not-for-profit insurance society, so the tax rules for us are different. We're not taxed because we give away all of our profits to charity.
You can actually see itemized explanations of all of the fraternal benefits. If you go on the GCUUSA.com website and go under member benefits, there's a full detailed listings for the scholarships, the student debt program, the Go Give Direct, etc. Everything's right there.
This one I really wanted to point out because we have so many agents appointed with GCU and a lot of people doing really good things in their community, but they're not aware of this $1,000 match fund program that GCU offers to their agents. So GCU matching fund program is intended to help raise extra money for local charities to benefit individuals, community nonprofits, Byzantine Catholic churches, and other churches from other denominations where GCU members call home. So give you an example, you are very, very active in a fundraiser for the local Humane Society. That's your thing. You're active doing that. They're doing a fundraising event and they raise $2,000. Because you're an agent appointed with GCU, as long as you get approval, we will match an additional $1,000 towards the $2,000 that the organization raised. And it'll be on your behalf. It'll be a GCU check, but you'll get to present the check, get some good publicity. You'll get caught doing good in your community. It's just good PR. It's good business. Take advantage of it, please. Some of the rules, you have to request approval. Request for approval must be made no later than 4 weeks prior to the actual event. So, and it can't be your son's baseball team and stuff like that. Any questions, you can always reach out to me, Jeff Long, Director of Sales. There's my direct line to my desk, or you can call David Ennis. And by the way, I work fairly normal hours. I'm here pretty early in the morning. So if you're up early and need a question, I'm usually here by 7:15 Eastern time. If you're a night owl or wake up at a crazy hour and need a question answered, please call David Ennis on his cell phone. He prefers it.
It is always on.
He's crazy. He will answer it Sunday mornings, Saturday nights. Most of you don't want to talk to me on a Friday or Saturday night because I will answer, but it might not be the right answer, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's go into the questions.
Oh, let's see, I saw Patrick had a question. RJ had a question.
That's good, Patrick. Patrick,
There's
let me
the first
unmute
one.
him.
On the Roth. Yeah, Roths are a little problematic. We can't but what you can do is you can't, because you don't want to, because you can only put money into it in the first year, so you can't add to it. So what we suggest is if you can put money into what you're going to seed from and use the Aquila as the basis, and then starting in year 2, start taking money out of the Aquila and putting it into one of our other products. Because you're absolutely right. That $10,000 minimum is a problem. But the bigger problem is that you can't put more money into the darn thing after the first year, no matter what. You can't, we can't. It just won't take it. So I would use the Aquila as transferring money over, and then you could actually then establish a Roth with us with whatever you want to put in, and then you can add to the Roth from the Aquila starting in year 2.
Gotcha.
Is there an e-app? Haha, my favorite question. No.
Well, can I take this one?
Go ahead.
There is an e-app, and it is so close, it hurts. It's currently in the NAIC approval process. It's been there for 2 to 3 weeks. Traditionally takes, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So we are weeks from having the e-app. Yeah, we've been saying it for a long time. Yes, it's coming.
For everything?
Pardon me?
For everything?
Just the Aquila.
Oh, what about the other stuff?
Step by step,
Yeah.
partner. Step by
Baby
step.
steps, baby steps. but we're
Hey,
excited to have it.
but this is new. The other stuff's been out there for 100 years.
Yeah, and if you got another 2 hours, I can tell you the story.
Oh
Our
my God.
traditional products are
Guys, that's why we keep forgetting to update our forms. I carry around a file of GCU applications in my briefcase. It's crazy.
well, you won't have to for the Aquila anymore.
Oh, yeah, the Quilla.
We'll
All
get
right,
you
thanks
get
for
the other
that.
side. We'll get the other side soon. The Aquila took precedence. And
Oh,
there's a
well,
lot of dynamics. The old products are on an old admin system. We're doing a migration. Long story short,
okay.
that's coming for the other stuff as well.
All right. I'm sorry for complaining.
No, you're singing to the choir, brother. You are singing to the choir.
That's why we're sensitive about it. We make that complaint every day.
Yeah.
Are you able to mix portfolios?
Yes, absolutely. So you can have 1 year Zorya, 2 year Zorya. You can have 25% and 1-2 for both indices. You can put money in the fixed.
Which we see a lot, actually.
Yeah, we see. We've got 5 buckets now in the Aquila 10. Technically,
You could do it.
nine buckets when you talk about the par rates for the option 4. But yeah, I mean,
Let me ask you a question. For the option 4, I could have swore we discussed this 2 weeks ago, and he said that 4.65, whatever the fixed rate is guaranteed for 10 years. Is it?
No, it's 1 year guarantee.
Okay. All right.
And then when you come up to reallocation time and you put more money in the fixed account, it's whatever that rate is going to be, and then it's guaranteed for another year.
So that it changes. Okay. It doesn't change month to month like the
Well,
Flex 8.
if you don't reallocate, if you don't buy into a new fixed rate at the allocation time, then it's month to month and floats.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Would the Aquila ever double income for a nursing home?
No. Great question. Comes up a lot. Our wellness rider is not
Is close to that.
is
No, it's not. No, it's not close to that.
Well, it is our wellness rider. The wellness benefit enhancement rider simply just doubles the income.
Right.
Yeah, that's as close as we're going to get. There's no way to double. There's no way to double the actual account.
Yeah, our nursing home rider is nothing more than a waiver of surrender.
Yeah, I know, but you're never going to look at doubling the income for a nursing home?
No, because then we'd have to price it and we'd have to charge for it. The wellness benefit rider is designed to keep grandma out of a nursing home, not put her in one.
But if you're doubling the income, what do you care where they are? That's what I'm tripping over.
Change our claims significantly.
Right.
Significantly, so we'd have to charge for it.
And also the numbers go up substantially. The cost figure that home health care, generally speaking, versus nursing home health care runs roughly, and has for years, roughly 1/3 of the cost of nursing home.
Well, I know that, David, but if you're doubling the income, you're not paying 100% for nursing home. You're just doubling the benefit to let them stay in a nursing home. What does it have to do with how much the nursing home actually costs?
It would significantly change our claim rates, which means we'd significantly have to reprice the product.
I guess I still don't understand, but okay.
I promise, partner. We looked at it and had to actuarially price it out, and it took it from reasonable for us to include it as a free one to we have to price it higher than the elite.
Okay.
Any chance of adding the S&P 500 cap or par allocation to these products?
Well, we kind of have it in the Zorya. So the Zorya is a blend of the S&P 500 along with the U.S. bond aggregate. I have not heard any discussions of just having the S&P by itself, but that's food for thought. Barclays has it, so it's not an issue of changing much to the chassis at all.
It's not a no. It's just a no right now.
That's the first time I've heard anyone ask that, so I appreciate that, and we will definitely take a note as we continue to tweak the series. Next one.
Do I have anything else? Is that it? No. That's it.
Any other questions? If you want to ask us verbally, you can unmute yourself. Or if you want to send an email to me, jlong@gcuusa.com, or David, because he's fancy, it's his full name, David Ennis@gcuusa.com, and we will answer them. Did we record this? We recorded this, and we are going to get it posted on the landing page. It might take a few days to get that done because these are big files and I don't understand all that techno stuff. But so it will be there if you have people that you wanted to have join us but couldn't because of conflicts and things like that. Just let them know it's going to be on that landing page. Who can go to the landing page, David?
Everybody, anybody from anywhere.
Right. Trail commission
on the Aquila. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Just by the nature of the way the things work on it, I don't see the pricing on it. And quite honestly, now again, you're talking to someone. I prefer trails to upfront commission, but most of the time that when we put this out for feedback, for every one person I have that says that they prefer trail, I get 6 or 7 that say they prefer upfront.
Amy now.
Yeah, so that's the trail commission is an older, more conservative thought process, which I vastly prefer, but I'm in the minority.
That was a good dance around.
That's true.
I could say this. GCU is very, very, very fair when it comes to compensation.
Buddy, we try, and that's why we used to actually prioritize trail commissions over upfront commissions for years, and we just heard so much feedback from the field saying we want more upfront. That's how we operate. Well, I need more operating capital to support my marketing expenditures, etc. So that's why when the Flex 8 rolled out, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, we pushed it to upfront, and the Flex 5 followed. So we're pushing that way, and the Aquila came out that way right out of the bat. But again, I've been around for 3 decades, and I vastly prefer trail, but I am slowly but surely going into the tiny minority on that step.
Yeah. Well, at least on the Flex 8 and 5, you still get, if they add more money next year, you still get some of that.
Yeah, no question, but it's not the same as trail.
No, it's not, but it's something.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you're not aware, our Flex 8 and Flex 5, if you have sold those with us in the past, and if they're in the final year of surrender, if it makes sense for your client, you can rewrite them to a new contract, get a higher rate, and we do pay full commission on that internal transfer. So a lot of people don't know that.
Just the 5 and the 8, and just in the final year.
And you don't charge them a penalty.
Oh no, we'll waive that final year.
We have to manually waive the surrender.
Okay.
But again, it's manual, so it has to be on those. And people confuse the 1 + 4. Go, how about the 5th year of the 1 + 4? It's like, no.
5 and 8.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Any other questions? Once again, don't forget about our 1892 club. We are currently in the process of designing or redesigning the 1892 club for 2024 production. So if you have any ideas, if you're familiar with the 2023 version, send them to us now. If we can incorporate them, we definitely will. Questions, send to me, Jeff Long, or David Ennis. Anything else, comes up, don't hesitate to call us. We're here for you guys. We do everything we can within our power to make sure that you can grow your business and be successful. That being said, Nicole, anything?
That is it.
We're good.
Happy selling. Have a great day.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.